So a user testing phase of the platform and the associated digital solutions has just started and will run until the end of August. And we then aim to begin recruitment to the pilot in September 2021. So we aim to recruit 30 people for approximately 4 months to our pilot in Northern Ireland. And potentially eligible participants will be identified through hospital clinics and community partner organisations. We're also working closely with colleagues in Spain, the Czech Republic, Cyprus and Germany to run similar pilots within their healthcare systems. That will form part of the eligibility criteria in that participants will need to have access and to be able to use an Android tablet or smartphone device, and also have sort of self-reported stable Wi-Fi connectivity.
So we have a wide range of evaluation criteria, and this includes questionnaires that explore patient and clinician reported outcomes. We have interviews, and we are analysing actual usage data of the apps and the digital solutions. The outcomes will then be measured against key performance indicators, which have been developed specifically for the pilot. Selected evaluation frameworks are also being applied. For example, the Momentum framework, which identifies critical success factors needed to take telemedicine from the pilot phase to large-scale deployment. And we're also applying the MAST evaluation framework, which can be used to assess the effectiveness and contribution of telemedicine applications to the quality of care. Yes, so part of the key performance indicators is measuring the participants' health outcomes at the start of the pilot and then at the end of the pilot as well. The length of the pilot and the length of time that we are following them up means that we and a number of participants means that we're not looking for clinical significance in any of the changes in the health outcomes, but what we're looking for is an indication that there is some sort of benefit. So things that we're looking at include things like hospitalizations and sort of adherence to medication as well. So there's various different outcomes that we're looking at that are assessed and analysed through these key performance indicators, just to show us what impact the Shapes platform and the solutions are having.
So meeting the key performance indicators of the pilot, such as improving adherence or reducing hospitalizations, will indicate that we're heading in the right direction with regards to Shapes, the Shapes platform being capable of having a positive impact on people's lives. There will be much more work to be done before the Shapes platform can be deployed at a larger scale, but by conducting the pilots and collecting the necessary information for the evaluation frameworks, we will be better informed as to how Shapes can benefit this population. Both, I think, in different ways. So the COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated interest and adoption, I would say, of technology and health-enabled technology devices. However, when you're trying to conduct research in a pandemic and COVID isn't your sole purpose or objective to find how COVID is affected or the patients are affected by COVID, it is a bit trickier because we are looking at participants who are over 65. They would fall into that more vulnerable group, and it's tricky to try and think of problem solving to try and include these more vulnerable members of society into the research study, but without actually physically contacting them, and doing a lot more remote data collection and remote facilitating of the research.
What we're also doing as part of the pilot and within our specific use case is there's a digital solution offered by one of our technical partners that helps monitor symptoms in patients who either are COVID positive or suspected of being COVID positive. It's a way of patients documenting how they feel every day, and then there being some sort of safety net for any worsening of symptoms that perhaps would require, further investigation. So there's that sort of security and remote monitoring that is being offered through the solutions. We're not sure how the effect of the vaccination program will have on this particular aspect of our use case and our pilot. But things are changing so quickly, which is great. So we don't really know what's around the corner.